Another episode of the NJ Show. I hope everybody is doing well. Hopefully, everyone's good in the chat. Let me know that you guys are alive. Let me know that we're live. Hold on. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Yeah, we're live. We're live. Awesome. Awesome. Right, guys. Look, we haven't really got much time. CPI is in half an hour. So look, we're going to do what we usually do for CPI. But what I wanted to do today is I wanted to make sure that you guys really understood the story behind how this inflation thing works. I know some of you guys might be new to crypto. You guys might be looking at the charts and you guys might be thinking, well, look, CT, crypto, Twitter, or anybody that you know on Telegram, anybody that you know on YouTube, they're really focused on CPI. They're focused on inflation. Inflation is a key word in crypto, right? Now, this is where it gets a bit sticky. Why is inflation so important? How does it affect crypto? What is the story behind what happened with CPIs in the past, with FOMCs in the past that may have affected crypto today? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen today. We're going to focus really and truly on Bitcoin today. That's going to be the main focus. I want to stick to Bitcoin because Bitcoin has taken the center spotlight. As you can see, guys, here, I've got the weekly chart for Bitcoin here. I'm going to go right into it, and then I'm going to start engaging with you guys. So I want you guys to stay focused, especially if you're new to crypto. This is really going to help you out, all right? Make sure you smash a like already if you haven't done that already. And if you're new to the channel, by the end of the video, if you've learned something or if you're having a good time, just consider subscribing, all right? Bottom right-hand corner, free. It takes a second. Like, share the stream, etc., etc. I know all your crypto friends want content like this. So if you love the content, if you're appreciating it, just show your support, you know. All right, cool. So given we haven't got much time, let's go straight into it. So with Bitcoin, you guys know my range here. I've been using this range for a little while now. It's a range that we've been preparing for. We've broken into it. We're breaking back out of it. But that's not our main focus for today. Our main focus for today is to try and understand why CPI affects Bitcoin. CPI, the data print that comes in, it gives you a percentage as to how much inflation has increased or decreased, what that percentage point is in terms of consumer price. Now, going back over here to 2020, we can see here that we had the bull market of 2021, right? Now, during this bull market, before that, we had the COVID spike. Now, a lot of you guys might know what the COVID spike is. A lot of you might not. This here is the COVID spike. Now, I mean, I know that nobody might have been living in a cave or whatever. Everybody knows what COVID is. Everybody knows what the COVID spike is. Excuse me. The COVID spike, when COVID hit the world, the Fed needed to act. They needed to act quickly. The world wasn't really prepared for a pandemic or a plague or anything like that. So what they did was they injected a crap load of money into the system. Now, doing that really increased inflation. Think about your favorite altcoin. Just pick your favorite altcoin, put it in your head. You don't need to drop it in the chat. And imagine what would happen if your favorite altcoin, those project leaders, they just dumped 50% of the supply onto the market. What would that do to the price of your token? Now, it's the same thing with inflation here. As soon as the Fed did that, they pumped all this money into the economy. Inflation went crazy. Now, because prices were so low, everybody took that money and just smashed it into the market. All right. And there we go. We have the bull market. Now, in November 2021, that's when the story kind of turned around and said, all right, look, you know what? We put all this money into the market. We need to start taking this money out now. We've got way too much liquidity in there. The economy's suffering. We need to get out. Now, considering CPI is every month or two, every month, FOMC is every month or two. From November 2021, we can see the market start to collapse. The market starts to shift down. We start making bearish market structure and enter the bear market of 2022, right? Now, when on our descent downwards, each time we had rate hikes. All right, all these down candles that you see, many of these down candles have an event associated with them. Some of them are FOMC, some of them are CPI. Inflation kept coming in higher, and therefore we kept getting these lower candles. Now, what has happened since we've gotten into this bear market? Well, after all of this drop, we're looking like at about an 85% drop, crazy correction in the market. We're at a stage now where, you know, the Fed have been increasing these rates for about a year. The Fed have been pushing for inflation to go lower, right? And in order to do that, they've had to stop the growth in the economy. So to give you blunt examples, if you were rich in 2021, you're probably going to be poor in 2022. If you were able to buy brand new cars and buy whatever food you want in 2021, you're probably not able to do that in 2022. And to add a final just set of context for you guys, if your house costs £3,000 a month to run. It might cost like 5 or 6 now. All right. That's what inflation has done. And in order to lower inflation, these rates have had to increase, prices have had to increase in order to put money back into the right places of the economy. Now, the funny thing is, when we're looking at this, we're looking at a Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin, considering it has been dumping for the better part of 2022, we have hit some crucial lows now. Now, not only have we hit some crucial lows, but it's also being timed quite efficiently with the Fed saying, all right, we've been increasing these rate hikes by 75 basis points. You can't get a mortgage anymore. Now, we're going to probably increase these hikes. We're going to probably hike these rates again, but we're not going to hike them anywhere near as much as we used to. We're going to hike them to 25 BPS instead of 75 or 50. Now, that's not a bullish thing. And you guys know that that's not a bullish thing. But at the same time, when you've spent a year of your crypto journey suffering with 75 BPS hikes, 50 BPS hikes, to hear that a 25 hike might be coming, it's not really a psychological barrier that you need to overcome. You know, a lot of people feel a lot better knowing that. And that might give us a segue to pump in the market. Not saying we will, but it does give us a segue. Now, furthermore, to add to that, once you've got the rate hikes, the month after, the data gets processed and you get your CPI data print. That is a percentage point. That percentage point signifies how much inflation is. Now, if we if we go back, let's say a couple of months ago, inflation was coming in at 9%. Now, if inflation comes in at 9%, you can expect this market to continue to correct. But since then, inflation has been coming in lower. 8%, 7%. Could we see 6.5%, 6.6% today? I don't know, but that is a possible shout. Now, breaking this down, we've got two key important levels here. If you guys watched yesterday's episode with Trader XO, you would have seen Trader SC live on the show, and he would have broken down what these levels are. This orange line here, it's super important to Trader NJ. It's a very, very important range high. And what are we doing? We've come below that range high now, and we've deviated above. So this is really, really bullish. Price is still pushing up as we are speaking right now. Now, the question is, when it comes to CPI, now, this is the dilemma we're in. This is where I'm going to start engaging back with you guys, and I'm going to do the shout out and stuff like that. I'm going to put a poll up, but this is the dilemma that all of us are in. And I want you guys to really pay attention here. If CPI comes in high, let's say it comes in at 6% or 7%. This is very high. It's really bearish news. But CPI was 9% a couple of months ago. So this is actually better. What we're seeing is progress. All right, you didn't win the Premier League this year. You had your worst year ever under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But next year, we've got Erik ten Hag. And yeah, we're not going to win the league this year, but we're seeing major improvement, major improvement. And that progress, is that progress bullish or is that progress still bearish? We're going to see how the market reacts today. But before we see how the market reacts today, I'm going to get your opinion. So what we're going to do is we're going to smash a like on the video if we haven't already. We've got nearly 100 people here and we've got 30 likes. That means 66% of you haven't smashed the like for Trader NJ. And Trader NJ loves you so much that I'm going to need you guys to just jump in and quickly do that for me, all right? Appreciated. The second thing we're going to do is stick around. Don't leave your phones or your computers yet. I'm going to stick a poll up and I'm going to see what you guys think. CPI, inflation, bullish, bearish. Wait, hold on. Bullish, bearish, or I'm just here for the bands. I'm just here for vibes. So again, look, what I want to do today is I really want to focus on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is where I think a lot of the movement is going to be happening. This is what's really going to be affecting us in terms of like what we're doing and what we're playing. But there is another chart that I really want you guys to focus on. And it's a chart that I noticed today, which took me a little while to notice. I am a bit behind on this, but I haven't really seen anybody else talking about it. And I want to bring it up to you guys today. And that is the Bitcoin dominance chart. The Bitcoin dominance chart, if we look out on the monthly, and or the weekly even, I'm seeing a bit of an issue here. I'm seeing a really, really big issue here. Now, Bitcoin is going up, but the Bitcoin dominance chart is starting to push up as well. Now, if that happens, what does that mean? That means that Bitcoin is going to be showing strength against ETH, against altcoins. This probably means that ETH BTC isn't really looking good. Now, looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart very quickly, yeah, I know I haven't got TradingView Pro yet. I'm sorry about that, guys. If we mark out a quick low right here, everybody in the chat's going to talk about TradingView Pro now, aren't they? If we mark out a quick low here, we can see that it's quite easy to identify a range here for the Bitcoin dominance. We're using this candle here on the left, right here on the left, this final down move that we did. Now, Bitcoin dominance is starting to push up from the range lows, and that concerns me. That concerns me because we're longing altcoins. Everybody's talking about altcoins. We're making a crap load of money on altcoins, and we're looking for Bitcoin to continue higher so that our altcoins can soar. And when in reality, Bitcoin dominance is starting to push. Now, it's easy to mark a mid-range too. We've got our range now. We can just mark it like this, like this. Now, we can see from here that the mid-range is quite a pivotal level, and we are technically at resistance if you think about it. But unfortunately, at the same time, Bitcoin dominance is making a higher low. Bitcoin dominance is starting to push up. We've got some pretty clean highs right here that it can take out, and we've got the mid-range right above. Now, are we going to see something along the lines of Bitcoin pushing higher, alts going lower, and then once Bitcoin settles off, then the altcoins start going crazy, some sort of little mini super cycle? Or are we going to see Bitcoin pushing up, altcoins going down, Bitcoin crashes and altcoin goes down? Now, this is where the issue is going to arise. Personally, I'm going to wait and see what you guys say first before I tell you guys what my thoughts for CPI are. But let's see what this poll is saying already. Now, look, we've got over 100 people in here. We've got half the people voting. We need to get everybody voting in order to make this poll really data eccentric, right? So everybody needs to take a quick second. I know you guys are in the middle of stuff. You might be watching on your TV, you might be watching on your PC, your phone, whatever, but take a quick second, join us with the community and get involved with this just so that we can see what happens. CPI is starting in 19 minutes. You never know, this could be a game changer. All right, now in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I know some of you guys hate this, but I have to do it because I love you guys so much. I want to do the quick shout out. I'm going to start from the bottom because there's so many comments coming in and I really love that. So keep your comments flooding in. I want to see a flood of comments. It's my favorite thing. All right. So we've got Lily in the chat. I love this lady. She's always in the chat, always supporting the chat. Really good to see you, Lily. We've got Trader Kid here. Good to see you, Trader Kid. Thank you for joining the show. We've got August here with a comment saying, typical bear market rally before the final capitulation. I agree with you, mate, to be honest. Classic Cookie, always in the chat saying, what's up? Great to see you, my friend. Appreciate you. Lily's watching this on the TV. Appreciate you. Cliff Broadway, good to see you, mate. Appreciate you joining in. And Chris Snap, we've got Hafuel. Keep an eye out for the mods in the chat. The mods in the chat are really awesome people, really helpful, really lovely. So make sure you show them respect. Make sure you give them your time if they do chat to you. We've got Thanks Crypto coming in at 6.4% for CPI. Elizabeth here as well, one of the mods, tuning in to say hi. Show some love to NJ, guys. Can't stick around today. Catch everyone. Elizabeth is an auntie. Elizabeth became an auntie a couple of days ago, so she's kind of in and out on the streams right now. But congratulations to her as well, and to Lena. We've got Crypto AM in the chat. We've got Crypto Mac in the chat. We've got Matiu in the chat. We've got Federico in the chat. I see all of you. Gaza, Michael Caffrey, Mike. I'm seeing all of you. I'm seeing all of Marta. I see you, Marta. Thank you for tuning into the show. Awesome. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to shout you guys out, but look, you can always leave a super chat if you really want your comment to get read or heard. All right. That's something that we can do here too. Now, coming back to Bitcoin very quickly on this daily time frame, there's loads of stuff that we can point out for Bitcoin. Number one, we are in bullish. It is bullish market structure, right? We've got this. We've got a channel sort of right here. Maybe we can even bring it up to here, like that. Let me bring it from down here. We've got there's this, you know what, when it comes to trend lines, I can make the trend lines form a channel, I can make it form a triangle, I can make it form a square, even a circle if you really know how to use TradingView. But the point I'm making is that right now we're in the middle of no man's land. All right, this is the range that we were playing in, and this is where it gets a bit tricky. This is the range that we were playing in terms of price. It was pretty easy to identify whether or not you wanted to go up or down whilst price was in this range. Your guesses would be fair. But now we've broken into this area of just really ugly price action. It's resistance. At the same time, we've reclaimed a really important support level. It's very difficult to ascertain what's going to happen here. Now, I'm going to quickly look at the poll, see what you guys have said. I'm going to vote as well. There we go. All right, here we go. So out of the 110 people that are watching, really good to have everybody here, by the way. Really, really good. We are at 62 likes. If we could get to 100, I'd be ecstatic. Appreciated. And if you're liking the stream, bottom right hand corner on the YouTube video, click on the In It for the Tech logo and it will give you the option to subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 6K subscribers. We're nearly at 5.1K. Help us get that done. All right. Now, what was I just saying just now in regards to Bitcoin? Yeah, so we are in that really, really crazy no man's land right now. For me personally, I do see 19.2K as resistance. I do think that we are going to get to 19.2K. At the very same time, this has been such an aggressive move to the upside that if Bitcoin did suddenly start crashing towards 17.2, 17.3, maybe wick off 17.8, just this upper range level right here, it wouldn't really surprise me. Now, this is where it gets a bit crazy. You kind of have to already be in your position. So, for instance, if Bitcoin decides with the CPI data to just push up into 19K, well, then technically it was really obvious because we had broken up. We're making bullish market structure. We're breaking out. We've broken out of a key resistance level right here. It's so obvious. At the same time, Bitcoin could easily just do this. So have your plans ready, okay? Whatever your plans are, remember that whatever pullback Bitcoin makes, these are the lows here that you really need to take into consideration. That's where your market structure sits, and that's where you're going to want price to be protected, right? You want to see a higher low of some sort of form, and you want a chance to get put back on. Now, one other thing I'm going to remind you guys before we chill out on the stream and get more into the CPI stuff is, you know, Bitcoin has been dumping for the better part of 2022, sorry. 2022, we have dumped nearly 90%. That is not a joke. Now, why am I saying that? Why is that such an important thing? Well, I'll tell you why it's such an important thing. It's such an important thing because if you see a chart that has pumped 10x, and I say to you, yo guys, I bought this altcoin recently, I really want you guys to check it out. You guys aren't going to be happy with me. You're going to say, well, NJ, you're shilling me an altcoin that has pumped 10x. Now, what if I told you there was an altcoin that had really good FA that dumped 10x? I would say, look, I've got this altcoin, it has massively good FA, the team are really awesome, it's going to change the crypto space. What do you guys think about this coin? Some people are going to say, no, I'm bearish, it's going to zero. Other people are going to say, well, I'm bullish, I think it's going higher. Now, why would you short something that has dumped 80%? Yes, you can take day trades. Yes, you can take scalps. But if we're looking at it from the macro time frame, if we're looking at it from the weekly, and we want to look for something, all I can see here is a massive nuke sell-off. This is the monthly to the weekly time frame. If I go to the 3-month or the 6-month, it's just kind of one big line. Maybe the 6-month might show it. It's just sort of one big line downwards. All right. Now, that makes it difficult to short. Even when we look at our levels, if we bring our levels into it, you can see that the levels don't even look clear on this time frame because this is how you look at the trend. You look at the trend through the higher time frame. Now we've got a clear point of origin right here, coming in at around 9K for Bitcoin. 9K is a really big meme in crypto. If you guys are new to crypto, you'll see if Bitcoin goes back to 9K, you'll see a lot of memes flying around of Vegeta pictures and whatnot. It's really awesome in the space. Not every dump has to be bearish. All right. Whatever pump that we get now, whatever dump that we get now, it's going to be the segue into the next cycle. So I don't want you guys to worry. I don't want you guys to fear. Even if you are losing money right now, it's really shitty, I know, but I was losing money too in the past. And then the bull market came around, a better bear market came around, a better range came around, and that money came back. So don't worry too much about making money. Worry more about getting the trade right. Whether you got the trade right because of technicals or whether you got the trade right because you are just an OG in the space. Like, I don't know, some of these altcoin traders out there right now. A big shout out to my friend Sivo, who's really, really crushing the altcoin space right now. He's been going absolutely insane, printing multipliers in the space, along with my friend Capo too, who's been doing the same thing. Anyone I'm following has basically been crushing. So get on my Twitter if you don't follow me on Twitter already, at TraderNJ1, and check out who I'm following. Really, really, really good guys. Obviously, if you caught me yesterday on the midweek market special with SCNXO, you guys would have got some alpha there as well. So make sure you guys go and check that out as well. Got a question here saying, hey, NJ, are you in a trade or just waiting till after CPI? So the truth is, I'm really in profit. I'm super in profit. I haven't really taken many leverage trades. I've just mainly focused on spot. My spot bags are decent enough for me to make more than my leverage gains anyway. I don't need to add that risk to my name for any reason, whether it's 1%, 2%, or whatever. I don't need to add that. So what I've done is I've gone quite heavily into spot, and I've got my invalidation levels. I know where I'm going to be looking to go wrong. Another thing I just want to quickly point out before we move on to one or two alts that I might be in before we start talking about CPI is if we go back to the monthly time frame, the 6-month time frame, what I want you guys to look at here is this. I'm going to zoom in. I won't be able to draw a line because we've got all our ranges and stuff there, but look at this candle. All right, look at this 6-month candle right here. Okay, I really want you guys to pay attention to this, because remember what I told you on the last episode. So I think the last content that we did on this show was a couple of days ago. All right, we came live, we were talking about Bitcoin, and what I said to you guys was that we need to look for the stops. Where are the stops resting? Are they resting below or are they resting above? Well, I'll tell you what, they're resting in both areas. They're resting above and below. So if we were looking to get stopped out, we'd be looking at around 15.6k. That's where I'd expect the market to give us some sort of reaction. At the same time, if we were looking to short Bitcoin, if we were looking for areas where the probability really favors you, I'd be looking for a swing fail of this high right here, which comes in at 25k. So if you're on crypto Twitter, if you're on YouTube and you hear traders or TA analysts talking about 25k or 15k, now you know why they're talking about those prices. Because if price pushes up and takes out 25k, we've taken out that major liquidity that we probably need in order to go much lower in price, and then the next liquidity would be at 15.6. After that, it would come in right at around 8.6k. So keep that in mind. It's always good to look at these higher time frame charts before you start plotting your analysis on the lower time frame, because that's what really helps you identify the higher probability levels. All right, bit of alpha for you guys there. If you guys are enjoying it, you know what to do. Smash a like on the video. 29 away from 100. Really appreciate you guys. I'm going to close the poll now. Poll is coming in. Final results for the poll. 31% of you say bullish, 44% of you are saying bearish, and 25% of you are saying I'm just here for the vibes. Now, this is the thing. This is where it gets really interesting, because I can't tell you if it's going to be bullish or bearish. I think it's going to be bullish, and I'll tell you why. It's just a hunch. The hunch as to the reason I think it's going to be bullish is because we have got lower CPI coming in. That's my anticipation. So if I just go here real quick and I type in Forex Factory, it'll be really good to have Giles in the chat. We've got 9 minutes to go with CPI. Who wants to drop the CPI numbers in the chat? Who wants to be that lovely person who at 1:30 p.m. says, here is what the CPI numbers are? Hey, Fatih, good to see you. Really good to see you. So look, we got CPI coming in projected at 7.1%, but the previous price, was 7.1%. So that's around 2% lower than what we saw a couple of months ago. At the same time, we're projected to come in at 6.5% today. Now, some of you guys are going to say, well, look, NJ, if it's projected to come in at 6.5%, lower than 7.1%, does that not mean that price may have already been priced, like that move may have already been priced in? But I don't quite think it is. And I'll tell you why. If we were at 1920k right now, I wouldn't take profits because of CPI. I'd take profit because we're at major resistance. You know what I mean? Especially if we took out this swing high right here. This swing high right here coming in at 21.5k, that is a big, big level for me. And that's a level I'm going to be watching very closely. Even though that 25k is where the bigger stops are resting, if they want to take it out, they'll give us signs that they want to. Until then, we have to assume that even this 18.3k level here is a dangerous level. Now, we'll see how the daily closes today. If we close bearish today, then yeah, we're probably going to be looking for a pullback into the mid-range of some sort, something around somewhere between 17 and 17.8k. I know it's a big range, but you'll only really know once price starts breaking down where you think price wants to come into. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if price came all the way down to 17k for that higher low before continuation to the upside. At the same time, given that price has dumped 85 to 90%, how can we assume that price is going to just keep dumping? What if this bear market rally is the type of rally that doesn't really let you get on board? If I revert your attention over to 2019, look at 2018 and 2019. So on the left here, you'll see 2018, and you'll see, stupid chart. You'll see how price really broke down. yeah, we had pretty big bear market rallies, but price was just nuking. That's what a bear market looks like. Now, after we've had some accumulation, kind of like what we're seeing here, what happened? Price started rallying, but it didn't give anybody a chance to get on board. So if price pushed up here, right in this area here, for anybody who can see, let's mark out a little line here. I'll say to you guys, all right, guys, this is what I want to see. I want to see some bullish price action on this red line here, and then we'll wait for price to push up, some bullish price action, and I'll long it and off we go. But price didn't give us that. Price just left. Same thing here. Maybe I'll mark out this high here. I'll say I want price to come back down and give us a retest here, but price never did that until price was ready to break down. Once price was ready to break down, then it just sold off. It didn't even pump. And that's what I'm looking at with this market right here. That's the only thing that makes me a little bit cautious with the market. The only thing that makes me cautious is that price may just not give us any pullback, any retest. Inflation might come in at 6.5%, and people might say, well, hey, that's lower than it was last time. FOMC is probably going to be 25 BPS rate hike, not 75 or 50, and that's bullish. And if that's bullish, then let's long the crap out of altcoins. Thank you for all of those people who are joining in. We are 5 minutes away from CPI. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think is going to happen? What are you expecting? What is your forecast? Have you liked the video? Have you subscribed to the channel? All these questions, quickly get on board. You've got 4 minutes to get yourself in order, to make sure you grab yourself a lemon water or a coffee. Oops, sorry, Mr. Mike. To like the video, to subscribe to the channel, and to get your comment in to let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Just one more thing I want to add while I've got everybody here, just before CPI kicks in. I want to express how important it is for, especially for new people in the chat. Don't worry about being wrong. Don't worry about being wrong. If you get something wrong and somebody puts you down for it, F them. They're not built for the space, whereas you probably are. All right. This is a game which you're going to get wrong a lot of the time. It's a very exciting game, very adrenaline rushing game. Girl, nice to see you, girl. I see you in the chat there. Thank you for joining, sister. Appreciate you, my love. Good stuff. Now, going back to what I was saying, do not be upset about getting it right. If you are on Twitter and you want to share a chart, you want to voice your opinion, but you're scared to because you're scared of being wrong, that's the wrong mindset and the wrong mentality. I'm not here to motivate you, but what I'm here to tell you is that, look, if you want to make it in the space, your conviction has to start rising. You can use me as a confluence tool. You can use SC as a confluence tool, XO as a confluence tool. There are others as well. My boys, Crypto AM, Crypto Mac, they're pumping charts every day. You can use them as confluential tools. But ultimately, the decision has to come from you. I want to go long because of this. And if I'm wrong, I don't care. I'm happy. I want to go short because of this. And if I'm wrong, we don't need to be enemies. There doesn't need to be animosity suddenly. You got it wrong. It is what it is. It's fine. It's just a game. All right. That's all it is. It's just money's involved. And that's why people get so emotional and sensitive. So don't worry. Don't stress it. All right. Coolio. So we have got 3 minutes now before CPI. We've got 3 minutes. All right. Boom. Let me close off this poll. I forgot to close off this poll. No, I did 103 votes. Yeah. All right. Cool. 43% bearish. All right. Scarlett, good to see you, Scarlett. It's been a minute since I've seen you in the stream. Really good to see you. Thank you for joining. We've got 150 people here. We are 11 likes away from 100 likes. I know you guys get bored of me asking for it, but goodness, it doesn't take long to do. All right, it helps with the algorithms. Hey guys, by the way, make sure you're checking out my free Telegram channel in the link in the description below as well. It's just a good channel. It's just a good Telegram channel. Join it, mute it if you want. I drop voice notes in there. I drop charts in there. Murtaza's in there as well for a minute for the tech. And it's just all good. It's just all good vibes. Hey Vishnu, good to see you, bro. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate your comment there as well, Mitty. Really, really nice stuff that you're saying here. Really positive energy in the chat today. Let's hope Bitcoin can follow through. Flat CPI is still bullish, right? Well, yeah, that's the thing. This is where it gets really controversial. It's up to the viewer in this particular instance. Do you think it's bullish or not? Personally, I think that it's bearish, but it is enough to give us a pump in the market. If we're looking for real resistance points, if we're looking for real stop losses, like liquidity points, then we're going to be looking for the stops, right? Now, if it comes in flat, I think it gives us enough momentum to take out the stops to the upside as opposed to stops to the downside, all right? That's just my thoughts. We are getting a little bit of a pump. Somebody needs to throw up the numbers. Somebody needs to throw up the numbers. We got some bearish guys here as well. Rolly, it's good to see you, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Rolly's bearish. Rolly wants us to nuke. So we've got a mixed set of opinions here. I think that whatever happens, even if we do pump, let's say for instance we pump into 19k right now, we'll retrace to the point of origin. If we don't, we'll probably retrace to. It's CPI has been doing that over the last couple of months, where it will do something like this, and everybody's going to be like, whoa, and then it just does this, and then it just does that, and then it decides what it wants to do later on. So let's see. We are a minute away. What is price going to do? Price is already dumping. That's not good. Nah, fam. Nah, man. Nah, man. Hey, like the video for CPI, man. Hey, were you bearish? Good. Hey, okay. All right. You see what I'm saying? So obviously, look, we were calm. We were relaxed. We were pretty chill. That's what I'm saying. We don't overreact when things like this. Oh, my God. What are you doing? I should have like a little liquidation indicator on the side, right? 6.5, it came in at 6.5 and the expected was 6.5. So look, in the end, it came in flat. What Bitcoin's going to do here is going to be interesting. So really and truly, if it came in flat and we've got a flat candle right there, really and truly what that means is that the market is going to continue in the way that it was going. I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is a really good thing. If somebody says we are on track, again, I'm going to refer it back to Manchester United. We had the worst season we ever had last year. This year, the progress is not stopping, and some people want us to just win everything right now, and some people want us to just get to the end right now, and it doesn't work like that. The process is in progress, and the process is important. So look, going back to where we stood now, if we zoom out onto the daily, it doesn't even look like CPI really even happened. So what does that mean? That means that we are making higher lows, we're making higher highs. We've got clear support here at 17,800. So I'd be looking in those areas. Or if we're going to go lower, somewhere between 17 and 17.2K, that's where I'm going to be looking to get my longs into place. Otherwise, I shit you not, Bitcoin has a tendency to do this. If not, go back to the previous data of 2019, just like I showed you guys, where price just doesn't really give you a chance to get on board. Similarly to the bull market as well. Notice how once price starts trending, and that's the key word, trending, it doesn't give you a chance to get on board. You get occasional choppy areas like this, but even then, it's so difficult to really get on board for price. So what I would suggest to you guys right now is, if you got some risk in the market already, if you're exposed already, you don't necessarily need to de-risk, but because you've got some already, but keep some ammo just in case you see those buying opportunities, because I do think that the dips are going to get bought, and I do think those levels above are going to get touched. Moving on quickly before we wrap up the stream, we'll look over at the dollar. The dollar is pretty much doing kind of what I wanted it to do. Now, I marked out this dollar chart months ago, months ago. We did it here on the stream. Look what we marked out. This is a range that we marked out from January 2006 all the way over to 2023 now. And this is the plan that we wanted for the dollar. Why did I mark this plan out? What was the reasoning behind it? Well, I'll explain it to you guys now. A bit more alpha coming in for you guys. I wanted the dollar to distribute around this area. So maybe we go a little bit lower. Maybe we get our rally, that lower high that we're looking for right there. And then as we start descending, boom, we get that 2024 bull market where the dollar's collapsing for whatever news they want to give to us for it. And Bitcoin's pushing. Nas, it's dumping, man. Yeah, that's not good, fam. That's not good. Hold on. What's ETH doing? Nah, man, relax, guys. It's not really doing anything. Look at ETH, H4 time frame. We've got a range marked out. We've got liquidity marked out right here. We've broken above the trend line, and we've dumped what, 1%? Was that 1%? This is the most non-eventful CPI ever. All right, it says 4%, but that's not this candle. This candle's the CPI candle. So there's nothing to really worry about. I think everybody was more, okay, 3%. All right. Fucked. It is kind of shit, but it's okay. We live, we learn, we move. I think it's still bullish. The narrative hasn't really changed. as KAR Crypto here is saying, by the way, it's good to see you, KAR Crypto. The narrative hasn't changed. Late longs are getting shafted. All right. So look, going back to the dollar real quick, I just want to finish off with this. This is the plan that I'm looking for. Lines up with the Bitcoin halving that's coming in 2024. This is kind of the macro picture that I'm looking at. This is my heavy thesis. If you ever see me jump on another show or anything, this is kind of what I'd be looking for. And look how beautifully it's followed. That's what I find insane. All right. So we'll take a quick look at the ES as well. S&P. Let's see what the SPX is doing. Probably going to be doing the same thing as Bitcoin. Now with the S&P, look at this, guys. So with my range, do not look at the bottom red lines. Just focus on the range, all right? The range low comes in here at around 36.93. This range low, here's the mid-range up here at 4,200. And what we've done now is we've come to the range low. We've deviated the range low. We've got back above. And remember what I said about not really giving you that pullback, that retest. It gave us that one little touch there, pushed up. We all thought it was going to break down, and now it's starting to push up. So again, where are the stops? We're looking at this level right here, which comes in at around 41.45, which is so close to the mid-range that an overshoot into 4,200 before we look to start selling off might not be such a bad idea. All right. So I know the S&P data isn't completely accurate, says JL, but at the same time, we don't need to look at ES futures because I'm looking at it from the weekly time frame. I'm looking at it from the monthly time frame. Do you really think that 1 or 2 pips or even 10 pips is really going to change this chart? But that's pretty much it from me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the show. We looked at Bitcoin, we looked at Ethereum. One of the altcoins that I am in is Pyre. You guys might know I'm in Pyre right now. If we zoom in here real quick, this is my chart for Pyre. Pyre. All right. And this is what I'm looking at. Again, we've got this consolidation here. We've broken above. The mid-range is right there. I'm targeting the bottom of this channel here, which lines up with the range high. That comes in at around $5-ish, let's say. Another altcoin that I'm looking for here as well is Ocean. I'm really, really looking at Ocean. I've bought some Ocean already. I do think that this is playing out. And I do think that if the market lets us breathe a little bit, that we'll get that deviation put in and we can get to the highs. Now, just finally, before I leave, do not forget, guys, when you're doing your trades today, tomorrow, whatever, be super mindful of this chart here. This is the most dangerous chart that I can see right now, and nobody's talking about it. So whoever here is in the chat, you guys are getting the alpha for free. Thank you, by the way, for helping me hit 100 likes. We're at 105 now. Really appreciate all of you guys. And look, stay safe. Make sure you're not over risking. Make sure you're not over trading. Do not be in a rush to jump into a long position. Give yourself time. You can always get back on board higher up or lower down, whatever. Happy New Year to everybody. I'll catch you guys on the next episode of the NJ Show. All right. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner, join the Telegram, first link in the description below. Follow me on Twitter at TraderNJ1. Take care, and I'll see you soon. All right?